Hey guys, so I haven't done this in a while. Doing wind chimes at our house on a windy day. It's because it hasn't been windy a lot lately. So my last time I recorded wind chimes, it was back in March at nighttime. And then the last time I recorded wind chimes at daytime was probably either January or February. But it is officially summertime. And it's a little breezy. Well, it's actually a bit breezy today. But we do have a storm coming this way. And it's a thunderstorm. So, yeah. I think that's why it's breezy, I'm assuming. And then this wind chime's doing really well after I fixed it back in, I think it was probably March or something. It was probably March. And it's doing really well. As you can see, it's paint starting to peel just slightly on this one tube and this tube. Yeah. This wind chime's getting old. This wind chime's getting old. And it has a lot of marks on the where the middle is and some over here too. So yeah, this wind chime's been here for 4 years. And as you can see, I updated some wind chimes. There's some changes I made. These two bells over here stayed. This Corinthian bells over there stayed. And also cleaned the wind chime. Same day I fixed it. The Gregorian stayed. And then the holly bush, about a month ago, this holly bush got really big and tall, and it was touching the wind chime a lot. And then that vine right there was starting to grow again, and the vine was going right on top of the wind chime to the house. And as you can see on the string, that's where the vine was. I don't know if you can see. There it is. But yeah, my dad trimmed the bush it was probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it's the wind chime's cleared now. It's Gregorian. And the others stayed. Yeah. There's a cloud over there. It's starting to get dark a little bit. I don't know if y'all can see. But yeah, that's the storm that's coming this way soon. It's probably gonna be here in about an hour. So, I move all the Amazing Grace chimes from the front to the back. So, this is now where the heavenly is. This large spot. And the others are in this spot. Really, yeah, this bush is getting really big. And this big weed is getting big too. We're gonna have to fix that soon. This is where we keep all of our hose. There's the thing over there where you turn the hose on. This is where the Corinthian Bells 36 black was. And then I moved the small Amazing Grace right here. This is where the Arabesque 29 Sapphire was. And then I moved the new Amazing Grace right here. This is where the General Spirits 27 inches green was. I moved those 3 wind chimes to the front. I'll explain when I get there. This is the personalized Amazing Grace, by the way. This is where the General Spirits was. It was there since we moved in. About almost 6 years. We've been here for almost 6 years now, by the way. I can't believe it's been that long. This is where the Corinthian Bells 36 was. It's been here ever since we moved in, too. Then the Arabesque right there, I moved it over there to that large Amazing Grace is. For a few times and put the festival right here. a few times. And then this is where the large Amazing Grace chime is. And this is where the Padre Buchanan chime was, and I have it right here for now. I don't have a spot to put it in right now. I'll find one soon. I might put it where that little tree is. That little tree is ours, by the way. It's the same kind of, it's the same type of tree as the big trees. Go over here. So this is now where the old Amazing Grace medium is. And this is where the black bell wind chime was before for a little bit. But I moved that one back to the front, and this wind chime's from the front too. It was at the same spot where the black bell chime is at the front. And then we planted this tree about a year ago, and it's getting really big and tall soon. Probably in the next 2 years or so, I might hang a wind chime when it gets really big. This wind chime, we planted that one about 4 years, and it's never gotten better. There's still some leaves, and I think this tree's probably dying. It's not really a good health, but this one's healthy. So yeah. The reason why I put the old Amazing Grace chime, because I like to keep the new one over there. This wind chime's to remind me of my grandmother that passed away. And then this wind chime's just a classic Amazing Grace. Nothing special, it's just a plain. And the top is starting to kind of sag a little bit. But that's alright. We got a good breeze coming. Yeah, the wind is coming from the same direction where the storm is coming. Hear the Gregorians over here, at the side of the house. Yep. So let's continue to see the changes that we have. We made some changes lately, some of them, around this house. So about Friday, about 3 weeks ago, from about 2 or 3 weeks ago from today, we got a brand new roof for the shed finally, because the old original roof was bad. It had a lot of holes in there, and it was a tin roof, but this one's more stronger. So this one's made out of steel, so it's stronger. And by the way, this shed was built or put in about 2010. That's how old the shed is. And then just about 3 days ago, this big branch just fell, and it was dead. It's right here now. My dad moved it because it fell right on top of the shed, and it didn't make any holes or stuff, because this roof is really good. It's really strong, and it's protecting the shed too, and I'm glad. And this fence is starting to white out a little bit. It's probably from about mid-2000s. I'm assuming 2005 or something. It's probably how old the fence is. It's starting to white out a little bit. And then the fence is sagging a little bit, well, it's tilting because it's whiting. But anyways, here's the Calypso Island and Vita Springs. They stayed. Go in here now. This Oklahoma Sooners wind chime stayed, but I did make the chime higher since it was down low about up to here. I like it like that. I did make some little changes of the carport wind chimes. So the old Detroit chime and the festival chime, they're now here. They were at the tree for about a year before the front yard tree. Not get that. So this is where the large shocker chime was for a while, and then I put the clear de lune chime right here for about a few weeks, and then I moved it here. This clear de lune was right here for a while, where the festival was. It's blowing right now. It's breezy today. And then Chimes and Morris stayed. Chimes and Morris was there for a while, for about, ooh, there's a wasp coming, for about a few years or something. And then the Norfolk Southern chime was originally over here, but I moved that and that for about a few months ago. This chocolate chime is well, it was right here for when I put the Clair de Lune. And then I moved it right here because to make room for the not chocolate, the Clair de Lune. This is where the little chocolate chime it was, and I put it here. So yeah, it's where it was for a while too. Same with Chimes and Morris. I think it was there for a few years or something. This bike chime stayed. It was there ever since, I think I had it right here for about a few days, and I decided to move it here. And then we got it here. Oops. Oh, that's part of the old roof from the shed that I stepped on. So yeah. But anyways, here's the Magical Mystery Amazing Grace that I got from the front. And this is where the Nature Melody, the black Nature Melody chime was. The Arrow Tunes one. It was there, I think it was there ever since we moved in. And then I put the Amazing Grace here, moved that one to the front. And this is where the little Nature Melody was, the silver and wood. And it was also there ever since we moved. And I moved that one to the front as well. And they're both at the tree. Both of the Nature Melodies are at the tree. And then I moved this Charm Child Love right here. I'm not sure what other wind chimes was there. This hook we put in. This hook we put in, and this hook we put in. And then all the other hooks came with the house. So, yeah. And then also, we, back in March, we got a new security system. And it's a Vivid Smart Home. Got a new keypads in here. We used to have a ADT for about 2 years, but the monitoring station, when the alarm goes off, the monitoring station doesn't respond. And that's not really good. So, and then we also had old security cameras that came with our house too. Then before the ADT, we had the alarm system that, I think I hear thunder a little bit. We had an old alarm system that came with the house. It was a GE Networks. But it doesn't pick up the monitoring station. It does work, but it didn't hook up to the monitoring station. So we got an ADT, and then the ADT we had for 2 years, and it doesn't. Then the monitoring station doesn't respond. And then someone came on knocking on our front door, and then we talked to them for a while. They're the Vivid people. And then we talked to them for a while, and then about the ADT that's not responding to the monitoring station, and then old security cameras. That doesn't work. Well, it didn't work for a while, and well, it used to work when we moved in, but it stopped working before we had the ADT, and then someone came in our house when they put in the ADT, they fixed the cameras. And then after a while it stopped working for about 2 years, just before Vivint came. And then we got a new Vivint security system and new Vivint cameras too. As you can see, it says, I don't know if y'all can see, but it says Vivint on the bottom of the black. And then it has a light on it. And we do have another one to the back. Yeah, it's the same one as the one in the carport. It says Vivint. Here's a closer look. It says Vivint on it. There used to be, as you can see, there used to be 2 old cameras. There was one that was facing towards over here where the wind chimes are, and there was one facing towards the back door. But we only have one facing towards the back door, and we have enough light too. And then this is where the old, hold on, over here. This is where the old camera was, right here. Oh, here's a wind chimes blowing. But anyways, these cameras have a DITO mode. When it turns on, it makes a whistling sound during daytime, and when it's nighttime, it also makes a whistling sound. And the light flashes like crazy, and it does like a wave thing. That's how it flashes. And the light only comes on at night, unless if you want it turned on from the panel or the app. But it automatically comes on only at night, just only the light, and it blinks the red flashing when it detects. Same to the backyard, it does the exact same thing. But anyways, oh yeah, and also got a new doorbell. I replaced it myself actually, because the old doorbell was broken, and it's actually original to the house that was built. This house was built in 1971 actually. And I got a new doorbell, and it works. It has a light on it. The old one, it's about the same as that, but I think it was brass before, and it had a light too. But the light stopped working. And then now I got it from Lowe's, by the way, and it's in white, and now it has a light too. And it works. I just only replaced the doorbell. The main doorbell's at the house, and it's original. Oh, I now hear thunder over here. I don't know if I can hear. But yeah. So over here, this is where the Gem Drop Chime Violet was, right here. But I moved it to the front, by the front door. And I kept the Space Odyssey right here. And it's still doing well, but I think there's a wasp on it. Yep. I don't know why some wind chimes have wasps on it. And here's another camera, it's a Vivint. The logo's upside down, by the way. And this is where the old original camera was, but at the same spot where the Vivint is. By the way, all old cameras, we used to have 4 that came to the house. There was 2 in the backyard, 1 in the carpet, and 1 right there. But there's a little difference about this camera. This camera doesn't have a light because we have floodlights. Because floodlights have motion detectors on it. And when it detects, it comes on, just like normal. So that's probably why that camera doesn't have a light. So coming into the front, saw the bird just pass by. I don't know if y'all can see, but we do have a bird nest right here, and it hatched some eggs, and it's turning into birds now. We had that for about 2 months or something, because there was a load of eggs in there, and then the birds hatched about a month later, and then now we had more eggs about a week ago, and then they finally hatched. We were gonna put this little reef up for the memorial or the 4th of July, actually for the memorial, but we couldn't because of the bird nest. This is a springy type reef, so we just left this reef right here. But we got a new doorbell too. It's a Vivint. The old doorbell we had when we bought this house, this front didn't have a doorbell. But back when they installed the ADT, we got the well, it was probably a few months later. We got a new Google Home doorbell, and it worked, but it didn't have a sound to it, and it's a rechargeable doorbell. But and then we ended up getting a new Vivint. That when the Vivint person installed it, it came with the doorbell, and then we also got a new lock along with the Vivint security system too. It comes with it, by the way. The doorbell and the lock comes with the Vivint security system. So that's the 4th camera. That's a camera to it. And then the wind chimes. That was all 6 amazing. Ooh, there's a cardinal over there. That's actually my granddad that passed away in 2007, saying hey to me. But by the way, all of the 6 amazing graces were right here. They were there for about 3 months or something, and then I decided to move it to the back. One at the Carport, 5 at the back. So this is where the gem drop chime violet is. And I moved the black bell and the chimes of Saturn back where they used to be, because they actually matched the front porch. They matched this chair, this black thing that's rusting, this chair, and this black wind chime that stayed. So it's a good match for these wind chimes. And then the general spirits, the arabesque, and the Corinthian bells, they're now here. The Corinthian bells, 36 inches. I think the chimes of Saturn was probably there ever since we moved in at that spot. I'm assuming, but I don't know. But I'm assuming it was there when we moved in. And then I got that wind chime in 2020. And I got that wind chime in 2023. But yeah, I moved those 3 wind chimes to the front. Ooh, yeah, I hear thunder. I hear the storm rolling in now. Y'all might can hear the thunder. It's another floodlight, and here's the last camera that we put in. Well, that Vivint guy put in. It's the last Vivint camera. Let's see the Vivint logo a little bit. It's the same one as the one over there by the Space Odyssey. But it doesn't have a light because of the it's because the floodlight right here has a motion detector. See, it's blinking. It only comes on at night. Sometimes it comes on really early because of the it used to not done that, but it does that a little bit because I think it's because of this wind chime that's black. Oh yeah, it's starting to sprinkle a little bit, little raindrops. And then here's the Vivint sign right here. We used to have the ADT one over there. But yeah. The old system was an ADT command, by the way. The new one is a Vivint Smart Hub. It's a modern smart alarm system. Yeah, it's starting to rain now. And then I also power washed the sidewalk too. Me and my dad did. Because I don't think it was ever power washed before when the house was built. and it was like really dirty black stuff on it. But it was finally power washed, and it looks really good now. But we haven't power washed the rest, the driveway, and the sidewalk. We haven't done that sidewalk because of the birds. It was about a month ago since I power washed. And then we're gonna do the driveway and the carport soon. So yeah. We haven't gotten new shutters yet, but we will soon. And to paint the front door. And then there's bird's nest too. We can't do that. We're probably gonna do that soon eventually, even when the birds are there, but we probably gonna paint the door after the birds leave. And here's the last thing. I moved the two nature melodies right here. I moved the black one. This is where the festival was, and then I moved this little one right here. This is where the joy chime. As you can see, this wind chime's falling apart. It's probably because it's getting old. The cell fell off multiple times, and I fixed that. And then after I fixed it just a week ago, a lot of strings is breaking. The string is falling apart right here, and then also a tube just fell off. So I think this wind chime's about ready to go or something, because it's getting really old. And when you pull it, the cell just came out. I think this string is weak, so I think this wind chime's about to go soon. And then the nest in there just got built up, so it doesn't sound right. It used to when I moved it out here, but yeah, I think it's ready to go soon. This one's still alright. The cell fell off multiple times when we were at the old rental house. And then when we moved here, and there was no problems. It's doing well, but the paint peeled off on the cell. It used to be black, but now it's just peeled. But yeah, may have to get like a new something here or something. Might move some stuff over here soon, but I don't know yet. But anyways, that's all the changes of the wind chimes. So yeah. So yeah, after talking about the changing and updates of the house, and record some breeziness of the wind chimes. By the way, I got these two wind chimes from Hobby Lobby back in February 2018. So yeah, this one's getting pretty old. These wind chimes are about 7 years old now. Alright, at the back, still sprinkling a bit. And yeah, the storm is rolling in. It's getting dark over there. Just a little bit. But yeah, the thunderstorm is over there. And I think the wind is dying down a little bit. And it's getting breezier, actually. Oh, there's a wasp's nest right there. I don't know if it's focusing. There we go. Yeah, that's the storm. Oh yeah, I want to show y'all one more thing. It's starting to rain a little bit. These lights didn't work ever since we moved in. All of the bulbs went out, or actually the box was disconnected from the power. But the outlet works. There's an outlet right there. It works just fine. It's been working ever since we moved in. But the box and the lights were disconnected. A lot of wires were bad, and I fixed that. And I also put new light bulbs in too. Little 7 watts low voltage lights. And the controller's back here. That's the power to it. I don't know if y'all can see, but the lights are on. Yep, the lights are working. For this one, this one, this one. This one. Can't even see it too well on those. This one. Those are all the lights we have. We'll go ahead and turn off. Yeah, I fixed these lights around the same time when we got the new Vivint security. There's another tag right here. There's another one in the front door. I forgot to show. But that's alright. They're the same, by the way. But those that light, there's 2 and there's 2, so there's 7 of them. And that's all we have. And I think this deck was probably put in around 2005 or something. Mid-2000s, around that time. I'm assuming, but I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, the clouds are getting darker too. But yeah. These 2 wind chimes stayed, by the way. It's Knoxville chime and the bird chime. Yeah, it's about to start pouring down. Well, good. That's that white stuff over here. It's rain. That's between that branch right there. That white stuff is heavy rain. Or the light gray, whatever it is. Yep, it is raining now.